chosen ones. There are conversations taking place in rooms you may never step into, boardrooms and estates hidden from the public eye where the richest of the rich gather to discuss the future of industries, societies, and even individuals who carry a unique energy about them. These aren't ordinary conversations. These billionaires who have access to resources beyond comprehension, who control media narratives, who finance wars and peace treaties, are not speaking about the average person. They are speaking about the ones who stand out without even trying, the ones who shift atmospheres by simply walking into a room, the ones who have been marked by something greater than wealth. They are discussing you. Imagine this reality for a moment. While many are distracted by trends, entertainment, and temporary fame, your very existence has caused ripples so deep that the elite circles cannot ignore your presence. They've picked up on your energy, they've felt the shift you bring, and now they are strategizing around your name, as if you were a key factor in their future plans. What you must understand is that billionaires don't waste time. They don't engage in meaningless dialogue, especially when gathered together. Every word they speak has weight. Every decision they make carries a ripple effect that trickles down into the lives of millions. If your name has reached their discussions, it is not by accident. It is not coincidence. It is because you have something within you that unsettles structures, something that cannot be bought or manipulated, something that signals a divine purpose. These people, though wealthy, are still aware that money can only buy so much. And there are things in this world, like influence, authenticity, and spiritual authority, that money can never purchase. That is why you have come up in their talks. They recognize that your presence poses either a challenge or an opportunity to their carefully crafted systems, and they cannot afford to remain silent about it. Think about how extraordinary this is. These billionaires who sit on top of empires built from generations of wealth have no need to consider ordinary people. They are usually insulated from the struggles and voices of the masses, yet here you are, an individual whose very existence is causing them to pause, to strategize, and to make decisions about your role in this unfolding future. Whether they see you as a threat to their hidden agendas or as someone whose light could expose what they keep in darkness, the fact remains, they are talking about you. It is unsettling for them, but it should confirm to you that you carry something far beyond what you may even realize. They see what you perhaps have only started to glimpse. They see the influence you carry, the resilience you've shown, the way you continue to rise despite every attempt to silence you or hold you down. They understand that someone like you cannot be controlled easily, and that threatens their systems. At the same time, they know aligning with someone like you could change the trajectory of their empires in ways they could never engineer by themselves. This duality, fear of your power and desire for your alignment, is the reason your name lingers in their circles. They speak of you with both caution and curiosity, weighing the impact of every possible outcome. To them, you are not invisible. To them, you are a calculated factor that must be addressed, and that alone reveals the magnitude of your calling. They didn't just whisper your name and move on, they made a decision, and it landed like a stone in a pond, sending concentric waves through systems you didn't even know were watching. This decision wasn't petty or reactive. It was calculated, deliberate, and wrapped in consequences that could tilt the axis of your life. When billionaires convene, they evaluate risk and leverage. They map influence like architects map blueprints, so when they declared something about you, it meant they had run the numbers, traced the potential returns, and measured the threats. The shocking part isn't only that they made a choice, it's what that choice signals about how they see you, either as a variable to be neutralized, an asset to be co-opted, or a rare catalyst they can no longer ignore. Each of those possibilities shapes your destiny in radically different ways. If they intend to neutralize you, expect subtle pressure points to emerge. Narratives engineered to dull your voice, alliances formed to obscure your truth, channels closed or redirected. These moves won't always be overt. Often the most effective containment is invisible. A gentle diversion that leaves you wondering why the room feels colder. If they aim to co-opt your influence, doors will open with terms you weren't expecting. Invitations to platforms that sanitize your message, partnerships that reshape your momentum into something profitable for them, but diluted for you. Aligning with them might accelerate reach and resources, but it could also come with strings that compromise the authenticity that made you visible in the first place. Then there's the rarest, most dangerous option. They see you as a catalyst, someone whose mere presence can reconfigure power dynamics in ways their spreadsheets can't predict. In that case, they may attempt to either control you through patronage or eliminate control by trying to outmaneuver you with counter-influences. None of these paths are simple, and each demands strategy from you. What this decision truly means is that your life has become a variable on a global chessboard. That realization will change how you measure opportunities. Where once you might have accepted any appearance, any handshake, any exposure, you'll now learn to interrogate the motives behind every offer. A handshake from a billionaire no longer reads as validation alone. It becomes a choice point where you must weigh legacy against leverage. You'll be forced to refine your boundaries and clarify your intentions with brutal honesty. This external pressure exposes internal readiness. Are you prepared to withstand co-option? Can you articulate non-negotiables when money and influence press close? The shock of their decision functions like a forge. It heats and bends and tests the metal of who you are. For some, it will be a temptation they were always prepared to refuse. For others, it will expose cracks that need welding. Courage will not be optional. The social mechanics at play will also alter how people around you behave. Friends may suddenly become advisors with agendas. Strangers may offer proximity that feels flattering, but seeks to harness. Your network will expand, but each new node might carry a hidden agenda. The psychic load of knowing you are observed by those with the power to activate markets and narratives is heavy. It asks you to become more intentional about the image you project, the causes you champion, and the silence you keep. Spiritual questions arise too. If your presence disrupted their equilibrium, is your role merely personal advancement, or is it part of a larger pattern designed to accelerate change? You may find yourself tested morally in ways that demand more than rhetoric. Real tests will ask you to sacrifice convenience for integrity, to choose long-term impact over short-term gain. Practical implications will follow. Resources could appear that enable expansion, teams, funding, platforms, but they will likely come with expectations. Conversely, obstructions may intensify, requiring you to become more resourceful, more connected to community-driven support, and more dependent on the kind of grassroots loyalty that money can't buy. The ultimate shock is not just that they've decided, it's that their decision hands you a mirror. It forces you to see what others see, to understand how what they decided about you is not something that will remain hidden in their private circles forever, because decisions at that level trickle down and manifest in ways you can feel in your everyday life. The shifts will be subtle at first, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but you will notice the difference in how people treat you, how opportunities suddenly appear, and how doors you thought were closed begin to open. This isn't random favor or mere coincidence. It's the effect of influence being redirected and channeled. Whether for or against you, the air around you changes when such powerful decisions are made, and those closest to you may even feel the ripple without fully understanding why. Conversations may shift, eyes may linger longer, and the atmosphere around your presence may feel charged with either curiosity or intimidation. That's the power of being singled out by billionaires who know how to move levers in silence. The effect of their decision is also internal. You will begin to feel a pull, a kind of spiritual awakening that demands you step more fully into who you are. This isn't just about wealth or recognition. It's about the responsibility of carrying influence that cannot be ignored. The more you realize the weight of what's been said about you, the more you'll understand why your life has been different, why your journey has been harder, why you faced battles others never had to fight. It was all preparation, because the moment was coming when the highest levels of power would be forced to acknowledge you. That acknowledgement is not only confirmation, it is also a test. They may hope to shape you, to mold your influence for their gain. But the real question is whether you will remain unshaken in your true identity. The impact of their choice will ripple into your destiny, because once billionaires set their eyes on someone, every move that follows has the potential to shape industries, communities, and even nations. You carry a frequency that they cannot manufacture, and that alone shifts the balance of their decisions. Whether they try to align with you or stand